because to be honest, I love San Diego, growing up here my whole life, but I don't see myself here long term. In fact, in like the next 4 years from now, we're planning on actually moving to Europe and having our assets just
in France
pay for us. We're looking at
You speak French?
I do, yeah. I speak French. I have access to a passport. I'm working on it right now. But
A lot of winters in France, dude.
Well,
a lot of rain.
Well, yeah, this winter, honestly, it's not that bad. I've been there in the winter. I've been there in the summer. It's beautiful. I don't know that it'd be France, though. We've traveled all over Europe. There's a lot of places. We got married in northern Italy on the border of Austria, and it's just beautiful up there. And it's different than here. I mean, yeah, there's the rain.
I drove from Monaco all the way down to Rome one time.
Oh, that was a beautiful drive, I bet.
I lived in Sweden. Those winters are horrible.
Are you British?
I've been to 45 countries, dude.
No way. That's epic, dude.
Yeah, I lived in Europe.
Oh, yeah.
I've been to France 3 times, been to Rome.
No way.
Yeah, all over Europe. I've been in Hungary, Sweden, I've been in Latvia.
Like, are you American or European background, or are you just like traveling?
I'm just American mutt, dude.
American mutt?
Yeah,
love it.
But I'm a traveler, like hardcore traveler.
Dude, I'm addicted to it, and that's what I love to do. And what's interesting is just the culture is so rich over there. And like I said, I grew up in San Diego. This is one of the best places in the world. The only thing we miss here is the greenery and the seasons. And for that reason, we're almost looking forward to a little bit of rain.
So your pops is French and your mom is American?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And did you guys speak English at home or French at home?
There's like a medley.
Is your mom fluent in French as well?
She's fluent in French.
Really?
My parents met in Club Med, which is like a resort industry, and they got moved to different parts of the world, so they've traveled everywhere and gave me the travel bug. My mom learned, they both speak 5 languages, so they're very international. I just speak French and English and then a little bit of Spanish, enough to get by with my contractors, but I enjoyed speaking Spanish, took it in school too. But in general, I just love traveling, and I think that being in Europe would be really cool because we could just every weekend just go to Sweden or go to Switzerland or go to Norway or go to Morocco or anywhere.
So how I'm understanding it is you want to essentially really, really invest here for the next maybe half decade, 5-6 years. Mm-hmm. Really, really shore up your passive income and your investment opportunities here in the real estate space.
Yeah, exactly.
Then move overseas, potentially enjoy some of the fruits of your labor, be able to travel quite a bit, and then figure out what else you want to do.
Yeah, exactly. Well, what's cool is also the cost of living in France and most of these countries overseas is like half of what it is here. So that $20,000, $30,000 a month, which, that might feel like $60,000 a month over there because of, the cost of goods are just much cheaper and the cost of rent is much cheaper in a lot of the cities where we want to live. Maybe not Paris or, Switzerland, but like a lot of the cities where we would actually want to move to is about half the cost of living is here.
So that was a long answer to the question of the brokerage, but let me go with number 2. Okay. What are you looking for in your business right now, Alexio? I'm gonna just go out on a limb and say you're looking for really good deals. You're looking for potentially capital partners, but what else? Buyers, obviously, and sellers. You're probably looking for new units if you're doing the property management thing, but I'm asking you what you are looking for right now.
I think right now, the biggest thing I'm looking for, like I said, for the next 4 years is going to be finding good deals where I can compound my equity so that I can get to a position where I just park the equity and let it cash flow at a return on the equity.
And are those SFRs, are those ADUs, are these multifamily?
I mean, I like up to 4 units, probably something in the $1 to $2 million price point where there's ADU potential. Maybe that means I can, in one of these areas like North Park, I want something where I can, right now I'm trying to transition to things where I can build like 4 to 10 ADUs in the backyard because there's a bigger equity swing. Yeah, it's going to take me 2-3 years, but I can just allocate my time and energy to one project that's going to make me, a couple $1 million versus multiple projects that are going to get me there.
And generally, how are you sourcing deals at this point? Is it just like being out in the market, like acting as a broker and getting leads, or are you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm part of the wholesale list or whatever, but like here at South Coast, all the guys here are finding deals and they know they can represent me. Anybody who brings me a deal can represent me on the purchase. And so I'm hearing about things before they come about, or sometimes like in San Diego State area, it's not even coming from South Coast, it's just other people in the area who get control of a deal and say, hey, I don't have enough equity for this one, I'll just sell it, I'll wholesale it off to you. I say, okay, sure. Yeah, there's enough spread here, this is what I can offer. So it works. There's all kinds of ways. I've never burned a bridge with anybody. It's, you bring me the information, I'm not gonna go around you. I will work through you. And unfortunately, there's some people in town who don't do good business. The slogan of my group is good business only, and I've dealt with situations of bad business in the past with brokers, and then also with just clients of mine who are now actually in jail.
Well, I don't think you're going to last long in any market doing bad business.
Yeah.
We talk about that all the time. I don't dwell on negativity, but there are people that get, let's say, exposed really quickly and they're out. And the other thing I'll tell you, just from like a standpoint of being a business owner, why?
Yeah.
It's better to do good business. You sleep better at night, you have longevity, like you're gonna continue to get deal flow. It's enjoyable to make money with friends. Why do you burn people? I say you're stepping over dollars for pennies,
Exactly.
in my opinion.
I agree.
And you can't scale that way.
No, you can't. But even if say you do and you survive and you're sitting on your yacht in Monaco Harbor one day with a helicopter in the front, and you're looking back at all of the skeletons of people that you fucked over to get there, like, are you actually going to be happy with your yacht?
I don't know. I know, obviously you're right. I've thought about that too. There are people out there that it's like, yeah, those guys schemed and connived their way to the top. Are they happy? I don't really care. No offense to you. I don't really care because at the end of the day, that's not how I do it. That's not how I want to, like, that's not who I choose to do business with. And to each their own. But ultimately, I feel like you're going to learn more, gain more, and be able to do way more with people who are honest. And that comes from both sides of the table.
Totally.
All right, so I think question number 3 would be for me, Alexio. We talked about where you come from. We talked about what you're doing. We talked about your career. You jumped right into the commercial real estate space. We talked about, you know, how you chose the abundance mindset. You have new capital partners now, new friends, new ways to access deals and acquire them. And you're learning essentially how to leverage more and get more bandwidth out of the same amount of dollars.
Yeah, I think right now I'm also focusing, I've just kind of been so interested in all these things, and I'm trying to like narrow my interest and my focus to the things that are going to be most valuable.
Are you sure you weren't just
future.
an engineer at heart, dude?
Probably, I don't know. I honestly am interested in engineering. I love also, like, eventually I want to
Are
like...
you an Elon fan?
I am, dude. It's crazy to me, the people who aren't. I mean, yeah, you don't love everything about everybody, okay? But like, the guy he is just, any obstacle comes his way, like, good luck obstacle, because like, it is blown
He's
out
a
of the
very,
way.
very unique individual.
And not only that, we talk about wearing a lot of hats. Like, I'm overflowing many times of the year. My wife hears it. Everybody around me is like, dude, what the fuck, man? You can't be doing all these things. Like,
Yeah, you can.
Elon is an example.
If you love work, you can. I can do a lot. And people are like, yeah, to answer your
can.
question before, like, do you have too many hats? And I'm like, no. Like, I'm good. Like, I like work.
Well, I enjoy it.
Yeah.
I enjoy it, but like, it's about balancing it all, because you do get pulled in more direction. I got a family now too. I can't just not show up at 5 p.m. every
This
night.
guy's sleeping on a plane half his life,
He's
bro.
got a family too, but his family does take a hit because they don't see him very often. So that's been
True.
okay for him. He's allocated his resources to what's important to him, and that might be some reason that some people don't like him.
But they talk about too, like, work-life balance. If you're going to be a real entrepreneur, you're not going to have work-life balance at the beginning. And so that became a cultural thing. This is kind of a side topic, but that became kind of a cultural thing, a big sort of talking point, work-life balance. But I think you're going to be stuck as a W-2. Creating a startup, learning, doing the things that you've done to get where you are in your career, to be able to read a spreadsheet and it's not just all gibberish, to be able to speak in terms of debt, equity, mezz debt, cap stacks, contractor language, broker language, seller language, buyer language, property management, tenant language. To be able to speak all those languages required work, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Effort, energy. And to gain that experience, like, no one's gonna just drop that in your lap.
You can't even read it in a book. You just have to do it because it's different in every market.
You have to do it, and also you have to pay your bills at the same time. So how much time do you have in a day, and how quickly do you want to get there?
And you got to be there for your family, or that's going to fall apart too.
That's the other thing. You do, and you have to be there for your relationships. You have to be there for your own mental health, physical. I mean, there's a lot to it.
Yeah.
Let's not get in the weeds on all that.